Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Afiza Adawiyatus Sholihah. The number student is 262. I made this video to fulfill my speaking assignment. Here I will take the theme of the best way to stop the spread of coronavirus and stop importing vaccine for coronavirus. Use a domestic vaccine only. Firstly, I will discuss the theme of the best way to stop the spread of coronavirus. The coronavirus has attacked thousands of people in various countries and claimed hundreds of lives. In order not to be exposed to this infectious disease that is currently endemic, there are several ways you can do to prevent transmission of the coronavirus. The COVID-19 can be anywhere, sticking to objects around us. The most effective way to prevent frequently with soap. The most effective way to prevent transmission of the virus is to wash your hands frequently with soap. Indirect transmission of the COVID-19 happens the most. Transmission occurs through objects around us that are contaminated with the COVID-19 that we touch and then touch our mouth, nose, and eyes. So the transmission is very effective. This is the most common way of transmission due to indirect delivery. Maybe we can protect ourselves by wearing a mask, but contaminant of the object around us that we usually touch must be washed out by washing hands. Besides washing hands, we must use a mask. Many use a cloth mask to prevent coronavirus infection. Even though these masks are not necessarily effective. In general, there are two types of masks that can be used to prevent transmission of coronavirus, namely surgical masks and N95 masks. Surgical masks are disposable masks that are commonly used. The correct way to use a surgical mask is that the colored side of the mask must face outwards, while the white side face and covers the chin, nose, and mouth. The white side is made of a material that can absorb dirt and filter germs from the air. Meanwhile, the N95 mask is a type of mask that is used as a personal protective equipment or PPE for medical personnel who treat COVID-19 patients. Now then, we also need to maintain endurance. A strong immune system can prevent various diseases. To maintain and increase endurance, you are advised to eat healthy food such as vegetables and fruit, and protein foods such as eggs, fish, and meals. Apart from the methods I mentioned earlier, implementing physical distancing and independent isolation is also important. Very, very important. A physical restriction or physical distancing is one important step to break the chain of spreading the coronavirus. This can be done by not traveling out of the house, except for urgent or emergency purposes, such as shopping for groceries or taking medication when sick. And the last, don't forget to use a hand sanitizer. Always carry a hand sanitizer wherever you want to go because it can minimize bacterial growth. In this second video, I will talk about stop importing vaccine of the coronavirus, only using a domestic vaccine. When COVID-19 vaccine has been declared successful by the WHO, WHO or World Health Organization, including the Sinovac vaccine from China. The Indonesian government has ordered millions of doses of the vaccine. The government even said that the vaccine was ready to be injected into the public in November. This November. The statement was later rectified by the government after the uproar arose. Chairman of the Committee for Handling COVID-19 and National Economic Recovery, Airlangga Hartanto, said that the implementation of vaccination could not be ascertained, pending permission from the BPOM or Food and Drug Supervisory Agency. However, it is recognized that the procurement of vaccine from a number of countries that have finished in conducting clinical trials will be carried out in December, he said. Responding to the government statement and plans, a number of Sinovac vaccine tests, volunteers in Indonesia admitted they were confused and disappointed. Actually, I have my own opinion. First, I believe there is a coronavirus, but I don't believe in the number of patients who have contracted the coronavirus. Why? Because I think it's just a makeup or a business game. I can say that because in my own area, my neighbor who recently died, it is clear that his death was caused by an accident. But when he was taken to the hospital, my neighbor was declared dead due to the coronavirus, which is strange in my opinion. Crime. At the time, the victim's family had an argument with the medical staff, the doctor, nurse, and etc. But in the end, my neighbor was not killed. A patient who died from the coronavirus. Many say that the coronavirus is conspiracy, but I don't really know about it. Back again, I will talk about stop importing the coronavirus vaccine. Only use the domestic vaccine. Use the domestic vaccine because we don't know how the foreign vaccine are. Have they been clinically tested or not? Do we want to be used as Guinea, pigs by other countries? In Indonesia, there are actually a lot of smart people. In Indonesia, there are also many great doctors. Why should you use a vaccine abroad? Moreover, according to the news that I read, Indonesia has ordered millions of vaccines from abroad, even though the vaccine has not been declared successful by WHO or World Health Organizations. Indonesia is known to have committed to purchasing finished vaccines from the COVID-19 vaccine producers, namely CanSino, G42 or Sinopharm and Sinovac from Chinese. According to Erlangga, the POM has sent a team to China to see firsthand the productions of the three vaccines. But I think it's better to use the domestic vaccine only. After all, the coronavirus is actually an exaggerated virus. In my opinion, there are many smart people in Indonesia, but only a few people dare to speak up to express their opinion. Thank you. Thanks for your attention.